European cities can be thought of as the outcome of the juxtaposition of successive layers dating back from different historical periods. The latest layer, observable from above, is a complex landscape that is partially unplanned and undiscovered. This unresolved layer represents an underutilized resource for experimenting with solutions to contemporary urban challenges, spanning climate adaptation, sustainable urban growth, and social inclusivity. In this broad scenario, hospitality architectures, in particular hotels, have always played a pivotal role in redefining approaches to designing the urban roofscape. We will explore this subject in two distinct main parts. The first section offers a comprehensive analysis of the current state-of-the-art in roofscape design. Through a selection of recent studies, we will examine the potential for transforming the underutilized fifth facade of contemporary cities. The second part shifts its focus to hospitality projects. By analyzing a series of relevant case studies, we aim to establish a preliminary critical taxonomy. This framework will serve as a foundation for the development of practical guidelines for the redesign of fifth facades in our tourist cities. Our examination will pay particular attention to how these elevated spaces have become a platform for innovative design and the exploration of new social roles within the urban fabric. This investigation is driven by two central concerns. Firstly, the pressing issue of environmental sustainability necessitates the efficient utilization of existing urban space, thus mitigating land consumption. Secondly, the growing demand for more livable, inclusive, and socially sustainable cities compels us to reimagine the potential of roofscapes. 1. State of art. Gustavo Ambrosini and Guido Caligari in Roofscape Design. Regenerating the City upon the City provide a survey of city rooftop reuse strategies such as building on and integrating new volumes within the existing buildings. 24 case studies illustrate a multiplicity of projects that innovate on traditional typologies by offering multiple ways of living, working, and using public services in the city. The opening chapters delve into the potential for rooftop living. The authors explore various building types, examining how architects have adapted them to incorporate new uses and spaces on their roofs: historic residences, housing complexes, factories, service buildings. To further understand rooftop design approaches, the authors introduce three key architectural metaphors. Distance. This concept emphasizes the idea of rooftop living as a detachment from the ground floor experience, offering a unique perspective and escape. Raising the ground. This metaphor envisions the rooftop as an extension of the ground floor, creating a seamless connection between indoor and outdoor living. Naturalizing the roof. This approach seeks to transform the rooftop into a green haven, blurring the lines between built environment and nature. Rotterdam boasts a unique urban landscape characterized by 14.5 square kilometers of flat rooftops. Shaped by the city's dynamic past, this roofscape presents a significant opportunity for sustainable development. Recognizing this potential, the Rotterdam municipality commissioned De Urbanissen to investigate the possibilities of transforming these rooftops into multifunctional spaces. De Urbanissen's research framework categorizes rooftops based on their functionalities, employing a color-coded system, further elaborated by MVRDV years later. Green, lush vegetation provides ecological benefits. Blue, these roofs capture rainwater, mitigating urban flooding. Yellow, solar panels generate clean energy. Red, designed for active human use, these roofs become social spaces. De Urbanissen's research extends beyond mere categorization. They link their findings to 5 distinct Rotterdam neighborhood typologies, including compact inner city. Here, intensive greening or compact social spaces might be most suitable. Post-war districts. These areas could benefit from larger community gardens or solar installations. Harbor areas. Extensive solar farms and ecological solutions are ideal for these vast expanses. The rooftop catalog presents a compelling exploration of this vast resource. It showcases 130 innovative design concepts for transforming Rotterdam's rooftops, paving the way for a transformative new chapter in the city's development. The catalog presents a diverse range of possibilities, encompassing personal workspaces, sporting facilities, and even cemeteries. The catalog highlights the strategic significance of rooftop utilization. By maximizing existing space, it offers a powerful solution to the city's challenge of limited land availability. This approach can effectively curb urban sprawl, preventing further encroachment on surrounding rural areas. The rooftop catalog serves a dual purpose. It not only ignites our imagination with the possibilities, but also delves into the practical considerations. The document explores various construction options and analyzes compatibility with different building types, providing a roadmap for implementation. While the catalog presents a compelling vision, the presentation acknowledges the need to address practical hurdles. Additionally, it would encourage a multi-layered approach, allowing for the stacking of functionalities like water storage, greenery, energy generation, and public use areas. Building upon a prior collaborative initiative, the Rooftop Catalog, launched in 2021 by MVRDV and the Municipality of Rotterdam in conjunction with Rotterdam Rooftop Days, Roofscape represents the next stage in harnessing the potential of Rotterdam's rooftops. Leveraging the city's established rooftop standards, which utilize a color-coded system to denote suitable rooftop functionalities, Reshaping employs a comprehensive data integration approach. This software program analyzes a diverse array of datasets to determine the most appropriate uses for individual buildings. By incorporating the city's digital twin, Reshaping assesses the physical characteristics of each structure. Furthermore, the program incorporates supplementary data pertaining to building function, age, energy efficiency rating, heritage status, flood risk, proximity to public transportation, and other relevant factors. Rooftop architecture and urban roofscape, transformative actions for the new vertical city explores the potential of rooftop architecture in redefining urban skylines and enriching urban spaces with new functions and lifestyle models. It discusses how verticalization and densification of cities generate unexpected spaces, enhance existing structures, and introduce new functions to rooftops, paving the way for alternative urban models. However, the process is hindered by a lack of contextual data control and specific interpretative and regulatory tools to relate intervention quality to the landscape dimension. The study highlights international cases demonstrating how requalifying building summits can lead to urban regeneration, reduced urban land consumption, densification, improved built environment quality, and enhanced resilience. The authors identified 4 types of rooftop interventions. Replacement, completely replacing existing rooftops with new structures. Interference, introducing visually striking elements that contrast with the surroundings. Integration, harmoniously blending new rooftop elements with the existing context. Dissimulation, concealing new rooftop elements to minimize their visual impact. The analysis of the current state of rooftop design has revealed a set of recurring themes, both design-related and non-design-related. These themes serve as a foundational framework for analyzing and categorizing the selected case studies. Usage, rooftop spaces can be broadly classified into 2 categories. Public rooftops, these spaces are open to the public and directly accessible from the street, often serving as extensions of the urban realm. Private rooftops, these spaces are intended for the semi-exclusive use of the building's occupants, providing residents with private outdoor retreats. Design process, rooftop designs can be categorized according to the approach taken in their conception. Top-down design, this approach involves a centralized planning process, where the rooftop design is dictated by overarching architectural principles and urban guidelines. Bottom-up design, this approach emphasizes community engagement and participatory design, allowing users and stakeholders to influence the rooftops design and functionality. Challenges and objectives, rooftop design projects often address a range of pressing societal and environmental issues. Climate adaptation, rooftops can be transformed into green spaces that mitigate urban heat island effects and promote sustainable water management practices. Energy transition, rooftop installations of solar panels and other renewable energy sources can contribute to reducing a building's carbon footprint and promoting energy independence. Sustainable urban growth, rooftop spaces can be utilized to enhance urban biodiversity, provide recreational opportunities, and foster community connections, contributing to a more sustainable and livable urban environment. Inclusive and diverse city, rooftop designs can promote inclusivity and diversity by accommodating a variety of uses and catering to the needs of different user groups. Form and integration, the form and integration of rooftop elements vary depending on the desired perception from the street and the intended relationship with the surrounding roofscape. For recurring approaches can be identified. Preservation, this approach involves a zero-volume intervention that transforms the rooftop into a new open public space, preserving the existing cityscape views. Fragmentation, this approach involves placing autonomous and freestanding elements on the rooftop, defining and marking out open public spaces at height. Dissimulation, this approach involves adding a new volume that is volumetrically and functionally integrated with the existing building, sometimes creating an open space associated with the rooftop addition. Superimposition, this approach involves constructing a new autonomous volume above the existing building, independent functionally from the original structure and volumetrically similar to it. The selected case studies represent a diverse range of approaches to form and integration in rooftop design, drawing comparisons between pioneering architectural projects and contemporary examples that exhibit similar design philosophies. These projects will be initially presented and then compared in the conclusions, focusing on the previously identified themes with a particular emphasis on the social role that these spaces play for both host and guest communities. The projects address the theme of hospitality, primarily tourism-related, in diverse ways and are situated in urban areas with distinct and growing attractiveness. They frequently encounter complex contexts, where the needs of the resident population clash with those of temporary residents accommodated within these structures. The rooftop space, imbued with new social uses, can thus be configured as a place of exchange and inclusion between these 2 distinct groups. Gio Ponti was called in to redesign the interior and rooftop swimming pool of the Hotel Royal in Naples, whose 1958 architectural design was by an engineer Ferdinando Chiaramonti. The roof was conceived as an en plein air space, giving the architect the opportunity to show what an artificial landscape consists of. Are lakes and rivers rectangular? I want pools in which nymphs can swim. Within an overall design that is impossible to describe, neither too geometric nor too picturesque, the architect conceives multiple episodes, transforming a limited intervention into an opportunity for a landscape walk. The pool is inaccessible from the streets, surrounded by walls. It should have been a carpet of Majolica tiles laid on the roof to form the shape of a concrete roof garden, as it appears on the cover of the 1954 issue 291 of Domus. The intention seems to be to isolate the guests of the structure within the artificial landscape created by the architect, an exclusive oasis of sociality. Park Associati designed this rooftop terrace with the aim of creating a vertigo effect, as requested by the brief. 3 swimming pools with bold colors and a strong perceptual impact characterize the space, focusing on the visitor's experience. The project is inserted into the surrounding urban context, particularly the former General Electric industrial complex of the 1920s, taking up macro elements such as volumes, solids, and voids, and the relationship between concave and convex. The project plays on the dimensional contrasts of the elements, some monumental, others reduced and reworked on a minute scale, creating an interplay between the memory of the site's industrial architecture and the playful reading of the intervention. The rooftop is accessible from both inside the hotel and the street via an external staircase. This allows the space to be reimagined, no longer as an exclusive place for hotel guests, but also as a meeting place for events open to the neighborhood. Le Corbusier's rooftop on the Unite D habitation stands as a groundbreaking testament to his innovative vision of roof space. It transforms an unexpected area into a vibrant hub for residents, offering a diverse range of activities and gathering places within the building itself. While the structure doesn't fall under the traditional category of hospitality architecture, Le Corbusier's original plans included a hotel on the service gallery, and today some of the rooms are available for rent on Airbnb. Beyond its technical functions, the rooftop becomes an open-air agora. A running track encourages residents to stay active, while a shallow pool provides refreshment for children on hot days, offering a space for games and fun. Ample seating areas, shaded by lightweight structures, serve as the beating heart of socialization, fostering encounters and conversations among neighbors. However, Le Corbusier's true innovation lies in elevating functionality to an art form. The ventilation stacks, transcending their practical purpose, assume a sculptural, aesthetic value, imbuing the space with a unique identity. The Unite D habitation's rooftop is not merely a collection of amenities, it's an ambitious project that aims to create a vibrant and multifunctional space. It extends beyond the realm of residential living, becoming a beacon for well-being and community life. Zoku is a flexible home office hybrid that caters to the new generation of business travelers by offering a range of accommodations, including one-night stays and extended stays. One of the distinguishing features of Zoku lies in its rooftop hall, which has been designed as a collective space for the so-called open-minded professionals. This level is designed as a sequence of interconnected spaces with no clear partition, fostering fluidity and encouraging interaction among the temporary residents. The reinvented traditional greenhouse serves as a transition space that welcomes visitors in the living room. Here, around a central bar, guests can first check in and then meet up. As one navigates through the hall, the gaze is consistently forward, creating a sense of anticipation to discover what lies ahead. The progression of these spaces establishes a gradient between more public areas and those that require a certain level of privacy. In fact, behind the open kitchen work and meeting spaces are located to promote interaction between visitors. Architect Luigi Piccinotto's expansion project for the Hotel Colonna represents an innovative approach to hospitality design for the time. The proposal involved adding 2 levels of rooms to an existing hotel on Via dei Due Macelli, set back slightly from the street line. This setback allowed for the creation of a terrace overlooking the main street, presumably an exclusive meeting place for hotel guests. As can be seen in many similar interventions today, this addition would not have introduced new functions to the hotel, but would simply have increased the number of beds and open spaces in a heavily touristic area of Rome. A former telephone exchange in the heart of Milan has been transformed into an innovative hotel open to the city, a new hybrid hospitality format on the Navigli canals. The structure is developed on 9 floors above ground plus 1 underground on a total area of about 7,000 square meters, has 104 rooms, 2 restaurants, 2 bars, a co-working space and 4 terraces, over 500 square meters of internal common spaces and more than 1,000 square meters of external spaces. The rooftop features a series of terraces at different levels, each with its own unique character, with a swimming pool and a sky bar, making this location a new iconic Milanese attraction. The setback of the rooftop volume conceals the communal space, creating an intimate and private space for hotel guests who want to escape the city's hustle and bustle for a moment. The Terrace Plaza Hotel, its original name, is the most important modernist building in Cincinnati and is of national and even international significance. The site was a challenging 90 feet by 400 feet and SOM responded with a narrow, 20-story steel frame skyscraper. A 7-story base contained 2 department stores, both opening at street level, through continuously glazed windows. At the 8th floor, the hotel, a slender, setback slab, rose an additional 11 stories from a landscape terrace floating serenely above the street noise below. This was a revolutionary urban form for that time, imaging a vertical slab atop a horizontal terrace base, with a mixed-use program. The first fully automated elevators in any American skyscraper whisked guests from the street-level vestibule to the 8th floor hotel lobby. The 8th floor had two restaurants, the Skyline Restaurant and the Terrace Cafe, a smaller restaurant and bar adjacent to the outdoor terrace, which served primarily hotel guests. The Radio Hotel and Tower is located in the Washington Heights neighborhood on the Upper Island of Manhattan and appears as a colorful vertical village that interprets and makes its own the soul of the neighborhood. The concept developed by the architects of the MVRDV studio is based on a composition of volumes stacked one on top of the other, thus discarding the idea of creating a single, large building. This design choice made it possible to obtain a construction that does not overpower the context in which it is inserted and which appears as a vertical village composed of blocks of different colors and sizes. The organization and distribution of the volumes allowed each block to take advantage of an external space, corresponding to the coverage of the volume below. The analysis of pioneering rooftop projects unveils a multifaceted perspective on the concept of rooftop spaces. These early designs showcase the diverse roles rooftop architecture can play in enhancing the overall living experience. Rooftops have long been seen as an opportunity to create private sanctuaries, offering a sense of seclusion and escape from the hustle and bustle of the city below. In Gio Ponti's Hotel Royal, the organic pool provides a tranquil oasis enclosed within a defined perimeter, while the Terrace Plaza Hotel's elevated position creates a sense of isolation from the surrounding urban environment. Beyond their role as private havens, rooftop spaces can also serve as vibrant social hubs, fostering interaction and community among residents. The inclusion of various amenities, such as swimming pools, lounge areas, and outdoor kitchens, transforms rooftops into communal spaces for socializing and enjoying the outdoors. This approach is evident in projects like the Terrace Plaza Hotel, where the rooftop terrace becomes a central gathering spot for guests. While many rooftop designs emphasize privacy or social interaction, others focus on expanding the building's functionality. Piccinato's Rooftop Edition exemplifies this approach, solely aiming to provide additional beds. This utilitarian perspective highlights the versatility of rooftop spaces, which can accommodate a range of functions beyond relaxation and recreation. It is important to acknowledge the limited attention paid to environmental and energy concerns in these early rooftop designs. Due to the prevailing architectural practices of the time, sustainability considerations were not a primary focus. However, as environmental consciousness has grown in recent decades, rooftop architecture has evolved to incorporate sustainable design principles, minimizing the environmental impact of these structures. Contemporary rooftop architecture marks a significant departure from its pioneering roots, embracing a more inclusive and sustainable approach. These modern rooftop projects transcend the confines of private retreats and social hubs, transforming into catalysts for community engagement and environmental stewardship. A defining characteristic of modern rooftop architecture is its openness to the city. Unlike their predecessors, which often maintained a sense of isolation, contemporary rooftop spaces welcome both guests of the building and residents of the surrounding neighborhood. This shift fosters a sense of connection and shared ownership, blurring the boundaries between the private and the public. Beyond their physical accessibility, modern rooftop spaces serve as social catalysts, fostering interaction and community building. The inclusion of amenities like rooftop gardens, outdoor kitchens, and communal seating areas encourages residents to gather, socialize, and enjoy the outdoors together. Modern rooftop architecture embraces its role in addressing environmental challenges. Green roofs, rainwater harvesting systems, and photovoltaic panels are increasingly integrated into rooftop designs, contributing to climate adaptation and energy transition efforts. These sustainable features not only reduce the environmental impact of the buildings, but also enhance the livability and resilience of the urban environment. In a world facing increasing urbanization and land scarcity, modern rooftop architecture offers a valuable solution. By expanding the usable space of buildings vertically, these projects reduce the need for sprawling horizontal development, thereby conserving valuable land resources. This approach contributes to a more sustainable and efficient use of urban space. The evolution of rooftop architecture reflects a dynamic interplay between privacy, social interaction, and functionality. From private retreats to vibrant social hubs and functional extensions, rooftop spaces have continuously adapted to meet the evolving needs and aspirations of building occupants. While the pioneering projects of the early 20th century laid the foundation for modern rooftop design, the ongoing pursuit of sustainability and innovation ensures that rooftop architecture will continue to evolve and redefine the living experience in the years to come.